So it's almost St. Patrick's Day, and I wanted to find a specific Irish dish that was 18th century. This is a good one, Colcannon. Thanks for joining us today as we savor the flavors and the aromas of the 18th century. So most of the cookbooks we look into are English cookbooks. That's most of what's being printed in our time period. There are some French cookbooks, of course, German cookbooks. I have never run into an Irish cookbook from this time period. So if we want to find out what the recipes were or what they were like, we have to read into other things. So here's a reference from the Dictionary of the Vulgar Tongue. This is 1785, and it says, Colcannon, potatoes, cabbage pounded together in a mortar and stewed with butter. It's an Irish dish. So we have a definition here. This is definitely Irish, and then it's sort of a description that's simplified. Now, the Irish in the time period weren't known for their complex cooking, right? So most of the dishes that are being mentioned are for the lower class, and Colcannon is like that. This doesn't have any meat in it. It doesn't have anything complicated in it. It's just potatoes and greens and butter. That's it. And, we have this kind of reference here. It's an Irish dish. Sort of what they're really saying is this is a simple dish. This is an inexpensive dish. We can find a recipe. This is early 19th century from the Cook's Complete Guide. It says Colcannon, boil potatoes and greens or spinach separately. Mash the potatoes, squeeze the greens dry, chop them quite fine, and mix them with the potatoes with a little butter, pepper, and salt. Very, very simple recipe. So what we need to do is get these potatoes ready for boiling. Our potatoes are boiled and mashed up. Greens, the recipe calls for greens or spinach. I decided to use kale in this. Kale holds itself together really well. It's got a great green color, and it's gonna give us some texture. It won't just turn into mush. So we have kale here. We just parboiled it, just boiled it really quickly, drained it off, chopped it fine as the recipe called for. And now we've got salt and pepper and butter. We're ready to put this together. Here is our Colcannon, and tell you what, it smells really good. It's got this great look with the green and the white. I love it. Before I taste it, let me read to you this one little song by Dibdin in the early 19th century. It says, this is the very end of the song, "The Colcannon went forward, the pipes and the whiskey, and we danced till the bridesmaids were weary. And now, my dear Jewel, to Mrs. O'Frisky is transmogrified Mrs. O'Leary." So there's the song. Love that reference. Let's find out what this Colcannon tastes like. Very, very good. It's like probably the best mashed potatoes you ever had, and these wonderful greens in there add just a little texture. I'm not getting a whole bunch of flavor from the kale, but well, it's really, really good. Mashed potatoes all by themselves, it's not something you eat as a dish, right? You always put something else with it. You want meat with it, you want maybe gravy on top of it. This doesn't need it. All by itself, this stands alone as a dish, and it's so very good. I love this dish from an area that we don't normally cover. Sometimes we get outside of our standard area, so make sure to check out this episode. It's a really good one, and I want to make sure you have a happy St. Patrick's Day, and thanks for watching.